Welcome, wrestling fans, to this WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show, as I'm reviewing the Monday Night Raw from January 13th, 2025 in San Jose, California. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as this Raw was kicked off with the best in the world, CM Punk, as he would come out to the ring to address the crowd and the WWE Universe, and he would start by thanking all the first responders in the Los Angeles Fire Department and those fire departments in neighboring states, as everybody chipped in to help Southern California with those wildfires that they're dealing with right now. Prayers and good thoughts to not only the first responders, but everybody dealing with those wildfires in Southern California. And then next up, CM Punk would say that everybody's got a lot on their mind, but CM Punk has a lot on his plate. And one of those things that isn't there is Seth freaking Rollins, after he took care of him last week. And after this, we would see Punk go on to explain that he has a dream to main event WrestleMania. And after last year, when those dreams were taken away from him after he tore his tricep, a lot of people couldn't see him main eventing WrestleMania whatsoever, giving a slight diss to John Cena, who declared for the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match last week. And this week, it's CM Punk who would declare himself for the Men's 2025 Royal Rumble match. But after this, he would be interrupted by Seth freaking Rollins, as CM Punk now has put himself in the Men's Royal Rumble match in 2025. Seth freaking Rollins would come out with a lot to say, saying to him that he told him win, lose, or draw, he'd be here right inside this ring on Monday Night Raw, and that he's a man of his word. And if he wasn't a man of his word and he didn't show up when times got hard, well then he'd be you, as he gives a slight diss to CM Punk, with CM Punk clapping right back saying, but I'd still be the winner, right? And then he would go on to say, I have lost a lot of matches in my career, but last week was absolutely the worst loss of my career. I can't believe that I underestimated you and let you beat me on one of the biggest stages of my career. But now I gotta do the only thing that I can do to get my redemption, and that is to steal your main event WrestleMania dreams and flush them down the toilet, as Seth freaking Rollins declares himself for the Men's 2025 Royal Rumble match. And after this, we would see Drew McIntyre come out to interrupt both of these competitors, as the Scottish Warrior would go on to talk to Seth freaking Rollins, of all people, saying, don't you know what's going on? Why haven't you seen it? What's going on? Get your head straight. This is happening right underneath your nose, right behind your back. Roman Reigns has finally got his Ula Fala back, and he's trying to go and run things back there. But guess what? I guess I'm gonna have to be the one to be the hero and stick up not only for you two, but also for everybody in the locker room and take care of this business. If only there was at least one match that would allow me to be able to win and be able to get into the main event at WrestleMania, where it's every man for themselves. Oh, wait, I know, as Drew McIntyre has declared himself for the Men's 2025 Royal Rumble match. And what a way to kick off Monday Night Raw, as I thought we would maybe see these three competitors attack each other inside the ring and start a big fight or a big match to start out Monday Night Raw. This wasn't the case, but man, what a way to kick off the show. I give this one a solid B, guys, as I really do think it was a nice back and forth, not only with CM Punk and Seth Rollins, but also adding Drew McIntyre in here, who's now pretty much saying that we got to take out Roman Reigns to prevent him from being on top once again. This is an interesting storyline, and I can't wait to see how it plays out at the Men's 2025 Royal Rumble. Next on Monday Night Raw, we'd have our first match of the night, as we would see Chad Gable of American Made go one-on-one with a new WWE superstar for Monday Night Raw, the Luchador Penta, as he makes his WWE debut. What a match we've seen between these two, as Chad Gable really showed off his skills, but the Luchador Penta would get the victory in his debut match on WWE here on Monday Night Raw, as he would thank the crowd in one hell of a victory for him to kick off his WWE career. And guys, I gotta give this match a C, as it was a little sloppy in Penta's debut. I imagine the nerves were getting to him in this match, and Chad Gable puts on one hell of a show, being a very good partner if you will, inside the ring. And he proves once again, Chad Gable does, that he's one of the best heels right now in WWE and still an in-ring technician. But the luchador looks to improve his wrestling abilities going forward after this match. Then next up, guys, we would then see backstage as the Judgment Day were met up by Liv Morgan, the former women's world champion, as she was wondering, are you guys talking about me? And Finn Balor would say, no, I'm just telling the boys that it's only a matter of time before you get back your women's world championship from Rhea Ripley. And then we would see Dirty Dominic Mysterio coming up with flowers, trying to make up for what he did last week. Liv Morgan would be like, no, there's no problem at all. Taking the flowers with Dominic going, really? No problem? And Liv would say, yeah, I told you, no problem. But hey, by the way, could you please get my bags and Raquel's bags while you're at it out of the car? Oh, and also make sure the valet's ready for us. And as she walks away, Dominic's like, look, she wasn't even mad. And the Judgment Day would be laughing at Dirty Dom as Finn Balor says the focus tonight has to be on ending the Damian Priest problem, as he will be taking on Damian Priest in a street fight later on tonight on Monday Night Raw, and look to end that feud with the former Judgment Day member. But we also see that JD McDonough also wants to focus on getting back their World Tag Team Championships, as he plans on going to talk with General Manager Adam Pearce about that championship opportunity against the War Raiders. Then on Raw, we would have our next match of the evening, which would be the Celtic Warrior Sheamus going one-on-one with Ludwig Kaiser, as these two would renew their rivalry, and Sheamus would come out on top, getting the victory here after another banger of a match. But then after the match, he would confront Braun Breaker, who was watching at ringside, as these two had to be separated by the referee after a very controversial confrontation, as it looks like Sheamus has now put himself in contention to be the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. And after that confrontation, we would see a backstage interview with Seth Rollins, as he would let us know that next week on Monday Night Raw, we will see Seth Rollins go one-on-one with Drew McIntyre, as he says Drew has had this coming since WrestleMania, as he's looking to get a little payback. But then Seth Rollins would run into Sami Zayn of all people after this interview, with Sami offering his help as a friend, saying, hey man, I heard what you said to CM Punk out there and how tough this last week has been for you, so if you need a friend, I'm here for you, man. And that's when Seth Rollins would be like, yeah, it's been one of the toughest weeks of my career, but hey, a pretty great week for you, huh? With Sami going, what do you mean? Looking all confused. With Rollins going, oh, your boy won. He got the Ulafala back, man. He's the tribal chief once again. You gotta be stoked, man, right? I mean, you helped him. You helped him get it back. You helped him at Survivor Series War Games. So, what are you gonna do, man? Huh? Are you gonna continue to help Roman Reigns? Or are you gonna help yourself? As Sami Zayn looks to be kind of struck, not saying anything back as Seth Rollins walks away. But then up next after this, we would then see General Manager Adam Pearce have a lot of people in front of his office, including The Miz, and then Karrion Kross comes walking out of the General Manager's office, I guess in a meeting, with The Miz going, well, how did that go? With apparently, the Wyatt Six is being moved to Friday Night SmackDown, and because of this, Karrion Kross is not happy, blaming The Miz, saying, if you had anything to do with this, I swear. Miz puts his arms up with nothing to do with it, but then they're confronted by Sami Zayn, who's just looking to go talk to General Manager Adam Pearce, but he instead is being insulted by Karrion Kross and The Miz, who says, oh, we don't gotta worry about Sami Zayn when it comes to the World Championship picture. And Sami Zayn would say, you know what? I was going to go talk to General Manager Adam Pearce about some business I have to attend to, but you know what? I'm going to ask him for a one-on-one match against you, Miz. Next on Monday Night Raw, we would see the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, as the ring general would come out to the ring to say that he was not impressed with the wrestling performances last week on Monday Night Raw's debut on Netflix, saying while everyone else is dealing with their own vendettas or personal issues or feuds, he's the one standing here tall with the World Heavyweight Championship, the only prize that matters. And then we would see main event Jey Uso come out to interrupt the World Heavyweight Champion, as he lays it out that he's ready to challenge Gunther for that World Heavyweight Championship with all all the drama and Drew McIntyre behind him. But then we would see Gunther say to main event Jey Uso, I don't think that you're ready for this title opportunity. And history has shown that because I've had 2 matches against you and I've beaten you twice. And after that, we say, I know, Jey, exactly what you're capable of. And I know that I am capable of a whole lot more. Then we would see main event Jey Uso as he would walk away, confront Gunther saying, hey, Gunther, I respect you, man. And I know everything that you're saying is true. But guess what? I still wake up every single morning to prove that I am more than just a tag team partner and that I am the main event Jey Uso, because that's not just a nickname. That's where I belong. As main event Jey Uso will take on the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther at Saturday night's main event. Then guys, next up after this, we would have our next match of the night as we would see the finals for the Women's Intercontinental Championship Tournament, as we would see Lala Valkyria go one-on-one with Dakota Kai, and Valkyria would get the victory in this one to become the first ever WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. Congratulations to Lala Valkyria on winning the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship and making WWE history as she becomes the first ever Intercontinental Champion in the women's division. And guys, I have to give this match a B. I really do think it was a good back and forth. The women really showed off their athleticism inside the ring. Dakota Kai put up one hell of a match, but Lala Valkyria proves that she's one of the best up-and-coming women superstars in the WWE. Then next up after this, guys, we'd have our next match of the night as we would see Sami Zayn go one-on-one with The Miz after their earlier confrontation, and Sami Zayn would get the victory over The Miz in this one, actually getting the pinfall victory after the Halula kick and Blue Thunder Bomb, which Sami Zayn never gets a pin cover on. And guys, I definitely got to give this match a B. I really do think it was a good performance back and forth, a little short of a match, which I have been hearing about because of the long match from Penta to start off Monday Night Raw. But The Miz is always a good guy inside the ring as far as his ability, but Sami Zayn comes out on top in this one, guys, so I give that one that grade. Then next up here on Monday Night Raw, we would see the new Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley, as she comes out to the ring to talk to the WWE Universe about becoming champion once again, but she would be interrupted by former WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax, as she would come out to talk a little disrespect not only to Rhea Ripley but also Bayley, who was at ringside, as she's in her hometown of San Jose, California. And that's when Nia Jax would declare herself for the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble match, saying that she's going on to win the Royal Rumble and challenge whichever champion she chooses. And it won't be Bayley. After she disrespects Bayley and talks trash to her, we would see Bayley come inside the ring and give it right to Nia Jax, but Nia Jax would fight right back, taking out Bayley before she had her eyes set on Rhea Ripley. And after she attacks Rhea Ripley, that's when we would see Ripley and Bayley team up to knock Nia Jax out of the ring and make a huge statement. Then we would have our main event of the evening, as we would see a street fight between Finn Balor and Damian Priest, as these two would leave it all inside the arena. That's right, guys, as we would see these guys fight over in the WWE Universe, in the crowd, and all through the arena, using kendo sticks, chairs, and tables, as we would see a big broken arrow off of one of the upper decks in the seating area down through 2 tables, as Finn Balor gets taken out by Damian Priest, and as Finn Balor gets put on a stretcher, looking like he's going to get rolled out of here and they're just going to call the match off. Finn Balor is then met by Damian Priest, who says as he runs out to grab the stretcher and throw Finn Balor back into the ring. And even though the Judgment Day's JD McDonough and Carlito would come out to try to help Finn Balor, it would be no use, as we would see Damian Priest get a little help from the War Raiders as they come out to help out their friend Damian and beat down Carlito and JD McDonough before Damian Priest would then put Finn Balor not only through the barricade outside the ring, but also through another table, and he would use the finishing maneuver, the choke slam from South of Heaven, as he picks up Finn Balor and says, "I am not my brother's keeper," and choke slams Finn Balor in the middle of the ring and gets the pinfall victory, as Damian Priest has now ended this feud with Finn Balor winning this street fight match in the main event of Monday Night Raw. And this has been your WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show. Guys, I give this main event match an A. One hell of a street fight match. I loved the little back and forth. The storyline was good, and it's nice to see Damian Priest finally get his revenge on Finn Balor and the Judgment Day. I definitely give this one an A, guys. And this has been your WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit me up in the comments to let me know what you guys thought of the show. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for all my subscribers and everyone who checks out Tim Reynolds Show. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much from Tim Reynolds Show, the sports entertainment badass entertaining channel. Let's go right here on YouTube, baby. Thank you guys so much. Peace out.